As the years and decades pass, both Iverson and number 21 on the pyramid will be picked apart by an army of statisticians looking for various ways to undermine their careers. That's fine. Just know that Iverson passed the season ticket test every year this decade, starting with his 01 MVP season. When season tickets arrive in the mail, the recipient invariably checks the schedule, marks certain can't-miss games, and writes those dates down on the calendar. The importance of those games is measured by rivalries, superstars, incoming rookies, and the I need to see that guy factor. That's it. From 1997 to 2007, Iverson always made my list. Always. So I don't give a crap about Iverson's win shares, his ranking among top 50 scorers with the lowest shooting percentage, or whatever. Every post-Y2K ticket to an Iverson game guaranteed a professional, first-class performance. No different from reservations at a particularly good restaurant or hotel. And for whatever reason, he was always more breathtaking in person. He's listed at 6 feet, but couldn't be taller than 5'10", so every time he attacked the basket, it was like watching an undersized running back ram into the line of scrimmage for 5 yards a pop. Think Emmitt Smith. He took implausible angles on his drives, angles that couldn't be seen as they unfolded, even if you'd been watching him for 10 years, and drained an obscene number of layups and floaters in traffic. He had a knack for going 9 for 24, but somehow making the two biggest shots of the game. And he played with an FU intensity that only KG and Kobe matched, although MJ remains the king of this category. For years and years, the most intimidating player in the league wasn't taller than Rebecca Romaine. I always thought it was interesting that Iverson averaged 28 minutes of playing time in his 8 All-Star games and played crunch time in every close one. Even his temporary coaches didn't want to risk pissing him off. We've taken everything we've ever mastered and put it in one car. With 302 horsepower, 19-inch wheels, a lower rider stance inherited from our flagship LS, available adaptive variable suspension, plus class-leading Lexus Safety System Plus 2.0 and Amazon Alexa, the first ever ESF Sport is aggressive from the ground up. Introducing the bold, all-new Lexus ESF Sport, part of the ES line, including the ES350 and ES300H. Every curve, every innovation, every feeling, a product of mastery. Lexus. Experience amazing. The African American community's negative reaction in 1915 to the birth of a nation was a stimulus for the birth of the black film movement, and the atmosphere and mood of the Harlem Renaissance sustained and expanded it. Beginning in 1916, black film companies began to appear. While all were short-lived, they produced a steady stream of films with all-black cast. These films, Donald Bogle tells us, were shown at segregated theaters in the South, at big city ghetto movie houses in the North, and on occasion at black churches, schools, and social gatherings, almost any place where it was possible to reach a black audience. The most significant of the black companies were the Lincoln Motion Picture Company, established by brothers George and Noble Johnson in 1916, and Oscar Michaud's Film and Book Company, begun in 1918. Before Lincoln's demise in 1923, the Johnsons produced at least 6 films and pioneered in establishing patterns for advertising, booking, and promotion that would be imitated by other black independent filmmakers. Michaud, a man of great drive, energy, and shrewd business acumen, was the most important and prolific producer of black films during the 1920s. He and other African Americans in this field were never able to overcome the restrictions imposed by limited capital, inability to purchase state-of-the-art equipment, and the vast advertising budgets and powerful distribution systems of the white filmmakers with whom they competed in the African American community. The existence of black independent filmmakers during this period was made possible largely by the great hunger of the African American masses for films that featured members of their race and addressed issues that affected their lives.